Learning to fly this thing, Morty, is going to be really liberating. You know, you're going to be free to go on all kinds of errands for me.
Cool. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
We're doing another
Just fine.
commentary track.
This is one of my favorite episodes ever.
We've got me, Justin, in the booth.
Oh, and hello, it's Ryan Ridley.
And I'm Dan Harmon.
And David Phillips was supposed to be here, but, you know, he's being oppressed by
the network, man.
the old
David Phillips, the writer of this
man.
episode, was ripped away for a network job on a show that shall remain nameless.
That's what happens when you become a wage cuck. Am I right, ladies and gents?
But we love David and we miss him and wish he could be here still.
Yeah.
Right, Dan?
Yes, and I would like to sign up for being a wage cuck. If that's what that job description is.
Yeah, this one was like this one always sort of was just a fun kind of chase episode.
It started off inspired clearly by the pun title, a Midnight Run sort of concept, but it feels like a Rick and Morty movie packed into 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is why I like it.
And this maybe is one of my favorite B stories of the entire season.
It's interesting to think, you know, obviously, Justin, you know, we all want to do every episode with multiple versions of every character, but, you know, we can't. So it's nice to come up with, like, a special episode and a special circumstance for why there's multiple characters. So it's like Rick has the Council of Ricks and Jerry has the Daycare of Jerry's.
I even just love that Rick makes it clear this wasn't even his idea. Like, there's so many Ricks. Like,
it's another Rick's idea? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I wish it was my idea.
That guy's rich.
Yeah, it's such a funny little...
It's like that guy, he's so rich that he's now, like, he's just off kind of chilling. He's not even, you know what I mean? He doesn't have to be at this place anymore.
Yeah, he's like Marcus Lemonis.
He's got some good managers. They run the place for him.
He's like the guy that created Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Never see him again.
He found this race of lizard people that know how to run.
Yeah, he just delegated.
Know how to handle Jerry.
He just gets paychecks delivered to his mansion and on some asteroid somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Opening credits, new little snippets of episodes that never will be. Oh, and one real episode, another fake one.
I always love that we do this where like we, I don't know.
Fake.
I mean, we didn't. It wasn't like intentional in season 1, but then in season 2 it was. It was like, oh, well, let's come up with bits that people are going to think are real, and then they'll be debating until the very last episode.
Mm-hmm. When's that mole episode going to happen?
Yeah,
like a bunch of cuck wages.
This is Andy Daly doing the voice of Crumbopulous Michael.
That was
so
awesome. That character really became a breakout character because of that voice.
It's just so funny that the juxtaposition of like this like a hardened assassin, but he's like got this jolly, just positive attitude.
It's called subverting a trope.
I do want to figure out a way to bring this character back.
Well, why can't he be cloned and, you know, I mean, they do it all the time in sci-fi. They did it with Ripley in the Alien
infinite
franchise.
multiple realities. I mean, it's like, if we really want to figure something out, I'm sure it's not... We don't even know if they're in, you know, at this stage, because of Jerry Barry, I mean, clearly they've done some reality timeline hopping for all those Jerrys to be together.
I think we should do the thing where they did in Die Hard, where they bring his brother, and he talks just like him. He's like, hey, you guys killed my brother.
Yeah.
He's like a Django Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a bounty hunter vibe. He's part of the he's the race. He's part of the he's like a defector of the Galactic Federation's master race.
Yeah, I feel like he's like if those guys are like Romulans, then he's like a Vulcan.
It's so interesting to me because he's going to assassinate a fart cloud that's being held prisoner at a Galactic Federation base, and he's got some crazy fucking backstory.
Well, the whole episode is a crazy. If you think about it, what does that imply? Like, what's the political backdrop of this episode? Like, why is he killing that guy? Because it's going to throw the balance of power off.
Yeah, like he's
what
like
is
a
being
rebel.
Played out?
Yeah, he's like,
but he's being paid by somebody else. Some mysterious entity we don't even know about.
It's fucking nuts.
We'll get into that.
Why is Earth culture so popular in intergalactic arcades?
That's right. Yeah, it's all humans.
Snuck a Meeseeks into there, which also, by the way, confirms this debate we have, at least internally, about if a Meeseeks box was made by Rick or purchased somewhere else, and obviously that implies it was purchased somewhere else because someone else is using that Meeseeks.
Well, Meeseeks could be they could be a theoretical creature from some realm that maybe Rick's the one that created a box
that pulls them out.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Roy.
Yeah, this whole thing is fucking incredible. It's funny.
It was really important to me that he not just die of cancer, that he recover from cancer and die at the rug store, because we wanted the video game to we needed to very quickly give the impression of like what this is, which is just like it's insane. Morty lives a lifetime with the episode, and it's just random. And that the fact that he almost died, recovered from cancer, and then died at his after a like kind of epilogue.
Do you think the memories totally fade eventually, or do you think Morty carries around, his relationship with his wife that he lived through Roy?
I think he probably every time he sees a certain flavor of coffee or something, he'll remember the touch of her hand.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like you carry the memories of Witcher 3 after spending 180 hours playing that game.
Yeah.
Is that guy a repeat character? Is that guy from something?
Yeah, he's across the season. He's sort of spreckled throughout the season. All these guys are.
We really wanted the original tag for this episode. We wanted it to be just Rick playing Roy, but from inside Roy. So it was that kid waking up, because the game always starts with you waking up as a kid and your mom saying, "What's wrong, Roy?" But then just having the kid punch his mom in the face, jump out the window, start throwing Molotov cocktails everywhere. But it was like it was too Columbine-y. It was too. It
so
just
funny,
felt
though.
too.
It's so GTA. I don't even remember.
But GTA enacted as reality just equals one of our 45 school shootings per year.
Get ready for VR to take the blame in the media's eyes for anything that happens over the next few years.
As long as it's generating revenue, all I'll do is have Larry King talk about it. Is he still a thing?
I think so. I mean, he's still alive. He's a thing, but also he's still alive and I think talking about stuff on television.
Or the internet, I think.
They'll just keep saying our video games to blame, but you notice there won't be any legislation put in place as long as there's money. I mean, if the actual guns that are being used to kill people can't get legislated, believe me, the media that maybe sometimes inspires it a little bit, that's not going to get legislated.
Cravopulous Michael has a rich love life.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about this, all the little peppered, like, sort of backstory things. It's like... and yeah, I just love that he I don't know, it's fucking great. And he's killing all the henchmen.
These are his people.
Henchmen.
Aren't these his people?
Yeah, well, he's the
slightly
evolved.
Different?
No, like so those guys that he's killing are like the grunt henchmen of the Galactic Federation, and then he's the evolved race.
Right, like Romulans and Vulcans were part of the same species, but then they divided.
But they actually,
there you
genetically,
go. Yeah, you
are they
said that
different?
earlier.
Do they genetically differ?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think that these things could reproduce biologically if they wanted, if they had sex with each other.
They're like horses and ponies. Or
something. Maybe their offspring would be sterile.
Donkeys. I don't know. We did a lot
I
of
remember you wanting it to be the other way, very
90
badly.
degrees, so it was like a reveal.
I tried my best, and then it presented so many problems.
Who would have thought? Sometimes there are things that like we're writing and we don't understand why it would be problematic. It's like make it happen, but then there's things that you just don't understand. That animators do.
I like this name.
It's just the way their bodies are. It was just it turned into this whole can of worms.
This is Jermaine Clement, my old friend from Flight of the Conchords. I felt I owed him this opportunity, having handily beat him and his partner Britt for a Emmy in the year I wrote the Hugh Jackman Oscars. I never bring it up, but
you're even now.
Even Steven.
We wanted to get David Bowie. We went out to David Bowie.
Yeah, I don't think Jermaine will be offended to know that we went out to David Bowie, who we now know maybe tragically was too sick and was kind of keeping it a secret.
Yeah, we don't know how that falls in the time frame of when he would have recorded this episode. But
I'm not saying if he was healthy, he would have looked at.
I don't think.
Oh, I'm playing a fart. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
Tell them, yes, I'll be there with my bells on.
That's how he talked in his day-to-day.
I always talk like this.
Yeah, Jermaine kicked ass though. This is fucking great. Even in the song and everything, like Elder wrote that song and he nailed that.
Was that the end of the first half of this episode?
Yeah.
God, it feels like there's so much in the second half. That's what I'm saying.
It's
It feels
very
like
dense.
it's nice to bring back old Gearhead, who no one ever asks, when are you going to bring back Gearhead?
Yeah, no one was. Yeah, there wasn't
we
a lot
don't
of
care.
Yeah, we wanted him back.
Yeah, we know we can deepen the character. We could show that Rick's treatment of him in episode, season 1's finale.
I still wish
has consequences.
I still wish we completely forgot to I wish he was at the wedding at the end so bad. Just for that moment of like water under the bridge.
Well, I like the idea though.
I don't know if that would have hurt.
That would oversimplify. That's like what Lucas did with Star Wars. Like just because Rick is friends with Squanchy and Bird Person, like Gearhead could be from a different
that's true.
friendship
Yeah, they made-
circle.
yeah,
Like,
to- yeah,
he
of
doesn't
course,
know
of course.
Squanchy
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Bird Person that well.
No, I like that Gearhead could come back, but I mean, it should be treated as if he had his nuts ripped off and stuffed in his mouth.
Yeah, it's like there's a little bit of tension.
And also, does he, or did he swing the other way? Did he realize he's got to be a better friend to Rick now?
I mean, probably.
Or does he hate him even more?
Yeah, I like that Rick is probably friends with a lot of people that have like tried to kill him and stuff, and that if Morty ever blanched at that, Rick would explain like, that's those are the people where they stand.
This shit turned out so good. This was Dominic, the
is
director,
amazing.
boarding all this,
Yeah.
and then Caroline, one of our animators, just sat there and animated this all on ones.
Which means
Or-
it's all traditional animation?
Yeah,
I
like
don't
just
understand how that-
traditional inside Harmony. So like
Uh-huh.
she sat there and like frame by frame animated all that morphing and crazy shit.
Definitely inspired by Pink Floyd stuff from The Wall, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. This was because there was a version of this that was much simpler, and then you were like, no, we got to go crazy, and then
Well,
Dominic
yeah.
nailed he
Because
just
we're like,
roughed
otherwise
it
it's
out.
dead air. We're just listening to. So it's hard to ask animators to just like make up for. It's like, well, sorry, we're just listening to a song right now, so you're gonna have to
music
do
video
8
it.
times as much work.
But he had Dominic had a blast. You could tell he was having fun doing that stuff. And his keys were he keyframed all that crazy stuff.
Do you think this is like a fake internet? Like it's actually like a very limited,
Like a closed-
It's not
Oh, yeah,
actually
yeah.
connected to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like there's no access to the outside of the building.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a thing. If you let these guys connect to the real internet, they would be like downloading a million viruses.
Of course. And then the IT guy would have to deal with it.
Now, is it okay to say one of these Jerrys was way more gay than I was comfortable
Yeah,
with?
yeah.
Is that one of the rules? But no, that was an internal fix. Is
Yeah,
because when they're at the poker table and each Jerry has their own distinct voice. One of them was like particularly.
That was me directing Parnell. I was like, why don't we how can we diversify these Jerrys? And I had him. I was like, all right, well, this Jerry, have him be effeminate. And
Still, one of them's clearly a little fey.
Yeah.
When they're on the table.
Yeah, but I think we just used different takes.
Yeah,
like
there
we
were-
didn't go with quite as much lisping. and
Yeah, there was the original radio play had some pretty it was pretty hardcore
I don't. This is just me off the top of my head saying this, but like if the Federation had succeeded in, I don't know, weaponizing the fart, I think maybe it would have been a different outcome for their
well, it
success.
seems like
that
they're
plays
always
out.
busy at work, just like the real government,
Like this would have been them getting a nuke, basically,
Yeah.
in World War II.
I remember when the CIA was messing around with acid. Like, how can we weaponize acid? How can we use this to our advantage? Mm-hmm. Codename.
And it would have worked too.
Yeah. Well, they realized, all right, this is just people are just tripping out. Like whatever.
I love that twigs are like vats of acid in Gear World.
And I love that there's a box of them conveniently.
Yeah, they're like important.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
use them
they're
for
like
something
fire,
else.
Yeah, it's like when you're working with gears, sometimes you need a box of twigs. Like it's important.
I love that the stomach contents is oil and gears.
This whole scene is incredible.
And they eat gears. It's a simple world.
I love this world. Just the fact that we're seeing this random He-Man ripoff character in the season 1, like where he came from, it's incredible.
I love it. Everything's got like a plastic kind of colorful vibe to it.
You did that wrong. I'd be playing Roy.
Yeah, this definitely feels like
My hands are tied, Morty.
I remember. Like, this could be a commercial break, like, somewhere coming up here. I remember it was like, oh, yeah, this is, like,
You know,
very dense.
screw it. I have a better gamble for you guys. I say we escape.
What is it? Was that the? No, never mind. I was gonna ask, is it the bald guy, though, Jerry from the other reality, where he has a breakdown? But like, why is that Jerry shaving his head?
I
Exactly?
mean, that's just his thing, you know?
he's germ phobic, Jerry.
He's also a little stuttery and, like, kind of fidgety.
He might have gotten lice.
Or something much worse from another reality.
Either that or he's cutting the balding. Maybe that Jerry's balding and he's cutting it off.
He likes Pulp Fiction more than Midnight Run,
Damn it,
Jerry.
Morty, who taught you to fly this thing? I'm kidding. I know that's on me. Rick. Shit. Well, I guess this is it.
We're just watching because we're absorbed.
Yeah, sorry.
Really.
Yeah, we shouldn't
I mean,
enjoy it.
it's really cool. I mean,
Great, y'all.
this Dominic did this, right?
Yeah.
You said, yeah. I mean, this is
Dominic,
so
and
good.
then let's see. He had.
Look at your notes.
I'm looking at my notes here because this old brain ain't what it used to be. What was this episode called? Oh, Morty Night
so
Run.
great.
Oh, so he had Roy and Erica, Roy Camacho and Erica Hayes.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
And
His wife. He really loves his wife because she's, even by Garrett standards, she's like a very like unremarkable lady. Like it wasn't like we didn't go to the place where it was like super hot gear lady.
Yeah.
Like his heart is broken because that was his soulmate.
Yeah. There was an emotional.
he just immediately went to suicide.
Yeah, without too much of a hesitation, he just fucking ended it.
The things he says, Rick says, the fart jokes. Is that right here? I
Yeah.
can hear it.
Yep.
I remember we do these alt rooms, and I think Dan looked at the 10 alts we came up with and just picked 5 of them.
Well, no, that
instead
was,
of the one. Like, let's just do them all.
I feel like I'm partly to blame because I was like saying, I can record a few of these and we'll pick one in the radio play at it, and then we kind of just.
But no, I mean, it works that he just starts rambling. I guess
it's very like. It's
Well,
like,
actually, yeah, because I looked at all of them and said these are all equally funny and they're all equally unfunny if we only use one of
Yeah.
them. So it's actually the
Indeed.
funnier joke is that Rick is like trying to blow the scene.
Yeah, it's like the subprime
Yeah,
mortgage thing. We got to bundle them all
really
together.
leaning into the fart jokes.
Oh, this is God. I
This
feel
is-
like
this is incredible.
This is commentary cliche. When you hear commentaries, people just go, "Oh, this is awesome."
Oh,
I mean, this is awesome.
This is my favorite one.
Look at these things. What is this world?
It's so good.
I mean, who would think to have a woman with 3 boobs on Mars?
I love the these little garbled dudes,
What
and then
is
they're
their-
drinking it, and it's
do
like,
they
what
explode?
the
Are
fuck?
they dead or do they reconstitute?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's
that
awesome.
thing. That thing is.
Well, there was a note pass on that because I was like, there was a little too much analog for like just being in the. It was too Adventures in Babysitting where it was like, well, it's not that scary to be in an alien planet. Like I wanted it to be less like, oh, there's the alien equivalent of a pimp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
more
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's the alien equivalent of a pimp in that you don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
like
You
remember
don't-
that scene in Nightbreed when she's just wandering through Midian and she's like turns a corner and there's just these things in like vestibules.
Yeah.
That's the feel of it.
Yeah, you want to be confused, not familiar.
Fleischman,
Well, I don't know if Fleischman actually is a beloved character because
Fleischman,
I remember
fan favorite.
Dan got up from the keyboard and I wrote this character, and then Dan came back and was like, "All right, whatever."
Yeah, somehow didn't.
I actually
get
didn't want to do
deleted.
the voice of it.
Can I hear a little Fleischman, Ridley?
God.
Paul Fleischman.
Turn
Come
it
on,
up.
let's hear it. No,
I'm
just
Paul
do it.
Fleischman. I did not want it to be that Jewy. I wanted it to be
Wait,
like
is that your
Richard
real voice?
Mazer.
Are you still doing him?
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I wanted it to be like a Richard Mazer.
He's a
kind of
nice
Jew.
guy. Listen,
Here's another
Fleischman's a good
continuity
guy.
thing. There's a Parasite episode where we were wondering how the parasites get into the house, and Rick is throwing away green glowing rocks. You're about to see him finding those green glowing rocks, and there's actually, if you zoom in, there's a little parasite on one of the green glowing rocks.
Oh.
Again, this is something I learned from watching YouTube videos by fans about our show.
I did all that in color. I was like, I wanted to do, because I figured if it was in the script, like he's loading the car up with green glowing rocks, and then it was in the other script that he was throwing green glowing rocks away.
And I think, didn't I push for there like being a Galactic Federation symbol in the base where
Yeah.
they get the fart? That's
Yep.
the one you see in the,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what's cool is like in color we're able to sort of we can add those little things because we have this in-house Harmony team.
Well, it just
kind of,
deepens. It's a cool thing. It deepens the world. Makes it feel like,
makes it feel like we're smarter than we actually are.
But also, I've always felt it's very important to send a message whenever you can to viewers that they shouldn't be ashamed of themselves to the extent that they want to obsess about your show.
Yeah.
That it's like, well, we work on it all day and all night too. If you want to, as a viewer, if you want to obsess about it, like you can. Like we're never going to say to you, you're stupid. It's just a show.
I might. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, I love the way the animation looks on him burning apart. It's so fucking awesome.
I remember we were referencing. Oh shoot, I forgot. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to talk about.
I don't even know
we're
what we
inspired
were
by.
referencing.
But there is a Breaking Bad episode. I'm doing it, Sydney. That I remember we were.
Oh, there's the pod. There's the little parasite pod, the purple
yeah,
thing.
there it is.
Picked on your
Purple
core
thing.
beliefs and decision making a lot today, but I am glad.
So we'll talk about that in the Parasite episode commentary track. So get ready for that connection in the commentary.
That's coming up on season
Coming up
2,
on
episode 4
After
commentary.
Show.
By the way, in the beginning of the episode, they're driving past a planet, and Rick says, "Don't go by that planet. Someone will come out and try to wipe your windshields." And as he says that, his phone starts to ring, and his ringtone is like a hip hop song.
Isn't it Scott Chernoff?
It's Scott Chernoff,
Yeah.
and he's saying, what the fuck does he say? It's so dumb.
But it's like Lazo. When Lazo first saw the cut, he thought he didn't know it was a ringtone. He thought we were just doing some weird quasi-racist joke.
Oh boy.
About how it was like someone will come out and try to wipe your windshields,
And here's rap.
And then we were doing like
Jeez.
dropping in a rap song.
Yeah, needle drop. Nope.
That's a blips and chits ticket. What? Way to go, Morty.
Lord.
It was because it didn't have the mix, the sound, like the ringtone phone mix sound.
So is our Jerry? It doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, it's close enough. That's how different are
They get
Jerry's.
scrambled up so often. All the characters, you never know.
I just love how carelessly that swap happened. It was like nobody. Both Ricks were like, whatever.
Yeah, and it'll never matter.
Great. We want more runway left. Fill it up. Fill it
Fill
up.
it up. Fill it up.
We gotta
Fill
keep
that.
talking. Well, I love that episode, and I give it a
6.
8.3. There's a tag.
Oh, this was the tag. Yeah, we fucking
boy,
should have
the
done that
tag.
other tag, man. What the fuck?
We had 9,000 other tag ideas, but this
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
I
this
was-
is fine, but it's like we should have done.
I
the fucking
definitely
other tag.
just
What
want
was
to be
the
on
other-
record as saying I said 3 times, can we not do this time? It was just we were behind schedule. And I was
Yeah.
like, we got to make this funnier. What is this? This is just a straight up commercial.
Yeah. See you guys. See you next week.
It's a good show.